Welcome to Monday, the 19th of October, or at least the week beginning Monday, the 19th of October. I don't know when you're actually going to get to see this, but welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Tiffany Crosara. I am an inner transformation specialist, courage catalyst, and boho CEO of the multi-award winning Transformational Truth of Tarot, which is a book, a game, and a way of reading tarot that focuses on coming from your intuition rather than your outtuition. So just in case you haven't been following me lately, I've been doing a lot on what outtuition is, and I'll just do a little recap on what that is before we begin today. And basically it's on the premise that you as an intuitive learn how to tune out of your needs and into others' needs as a child, which was a very savvy thing to do as a child when you're dependent on someone else for survival. But actually, when you grow to being an adult and you're actually needing to be responsible for your own survival, it's not so great, okay? And I find that there's two camps with tarot. There's the predictive camp, which is outtuitive. So it's tuning into everything that's happening outside of you, like events, people. What does he think about me? Is he going to come back to me? Am I going to get that job? Blah, blah, blah. Outtuition. You're tuning out of your own intuition into events outside of you to, again, try and survive in some way. But it's a bit faulty, and that's why my passion is on transformative tarot, hence my book and my game and my course being called the Transformational Truth of Tarot, because tarot is a mirror and it will show you what you need to know, and it'll mirror it back to you, and nothing will change until you do, really. So this is a little bit of a challenge for me sometimes, because I know a lot of my audience want tarot readings from the days when I was a tarot reader, but I am no longer that. I am a guide through the journey of the tarot, or your soul map, for intuitives to learn how to tune back into themselves. But I'm trying to find a way. I'm trying to find a way to connect with you guys and bridge it. Okay, so what we're going to do today, hello Leslie, good to see you here, and hello Gillian, good to see you here too. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to do a forecast for the week, which is a little intuitive, right? Because we're tuning into the energies around us. However, it's also about the way that you do it. And I want you to just go into this in a super natural way. There's nothing woo-woo about being supernatural. That is why it's called the supernatural, okay? And remembering that tarot is just a mirror. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to stay connected to our intuition. And the way that we're going to stay connected to our intuition is also by doing a tarot feelie at the end of it. If you have your own tarot, you can absolutely join in and go along as I go along. You're absolutely welcome to do that and use it for the tarot feelie. If you don't worry, just tune into what I'm doing, and that will work for your tarot feelie too, and I'll explain what that is at the end. But it's basically a instant hotline to the divine. It's a way to plug yourself into your highest self and your intuition. Okay, so we're going to make sure that we're plugged right back into that intuition before we end for today. So with no further ado, let's crack on, shall we? Oh, right. Hello. Right, let's crack on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two decks, and I'm going to put a card down from each deck from today to the next 7 days. I normally do 3, but you know what? New moon Feels pretty magical. I don't know if you feel that. How do you feel after the new moon? Put it in the chat box. I'd like to know. It happened on Friday, and I had a really amazing magical event with some of my VIPs at the first ever Solis Minerva Goddess Game Changer, I'm going to call it from now on. It was phenomenal. And it happened to be smack bang at the new moon in Libra, and Solis Minerva is Athena, who is Justice, who is Libra. Couldn't have made it up if you tried. I didn't plan it. I never do with astrology or anything like that, because it is divinely timed, and that's what I mean by being natural with it. I'm not changing what's happening. So as I go through, and I will speak to you about each one of these. Yeah, okay, it's nice to be conscious of the energies that are going on and feel inspired by them. If you feel inspired to do something from what I say here, fair enough. But if you're like in the place of like, oh no, that's not in my flow, I need to change it now, that's being intuitive. But feeling inspired by seeing something in the energies is in again. Inspired means spirit within, as intuition means tuition within. Okay, so I don't want anybody going, oh no, I'm going to have to change this, because it's really not a good day to be doing that. We're not coming from that lower place of fear and control and anxiety and trying to change things. We're coming, that's intuitiveness. We're coming from intuitiveness, which is, oh, okay, I'll just trust that. That's interesting. I'm going to be curious and see how that's planned out. Or, oh, I feel really inspired to mix it up there then. Yes, okay. Hi, Manu, good to see you here. Let's get going. So Monday, today, okay. We've got these two beautiful cards. And the reason I like to use the Osho Zen along with a normal tarot, this is the Light Seers traditional type tarot, is because I find the Osho Zen really does help to bring us back to our intuition and our tuition within. If we just saw this card, for instance, our intuition could get really triggered, right? Could be like, oh God, this looks like craziness this Monday. And then we tense up and we get worried about it. And you know what? It has been a bit like this for me this Monday. It's been fast. I don't know if it's been fast for you. Let me know, peeps, if you felt this fun day Monday has been a manic Monday. Has it been fast for you? It's been seriously fast for me, but yay, it's been fantastic at the same time. And then we have receptivity here, which is the intuition is saying, you know, don't worry about the chaos. Don't, enjoy it. Those of you that maybe have done 5 rhythms will know that there's a rhythm called chaos in there, and actually it can be really flipping fun, and you can really feel the divine come through. Those of you that have been to India, it's chaos, but it's also where the divine can be felt the strongest. And so we have this sense of divinity inside if we can just open to the magic and be receptive to it. Yes? Okay, Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday feels a little nostalgic. We've got the 6 of Cups here on the external, I guess. And on the internal, we've got adventure. So there is something there. So like inner child work, you've got the child pictured on both things here. So maybe there'll be some stuff that comes up about your inner child. Maybe there's something here where you have to give yourself a hug or wrap yourself in cotton wool. It may well be a self-love day. It might be a bit dreamy. It might be great for doing something that engages the imagination or the creative arts in some way, shape or form. But nurture your inner child. Give it a big hug. We should be doing that every day anyway. And just letting it know that we've got this and that it doesn't need to play up out of fear and try and control life, because hey, when children do that, it's a nightmare, right? So we just need to make sure that it feels that we have its back and that we're adults now, we're mature enough to have its back. Okay, it doesn't need to play up. So Haley, so good to see you. Hey, Janet. Yes. So yeah, it sounds like you're resonating with the Five of Wands today. So let's move on to Wednesday. Wednesday, we've got the Queen of Swords, and this one is really sitting there and thinking, and we've got with it the Four of Swords here, which is postponement. And I know we've got Mercury retrograde going on at the moment as well, so maybe there has been a lot of thinking. Although for me, I'm much more in this place of like, whoa, everything's unblocking and going forward, and there's just like a bit chaos like when that happens. However, Wednesday looks like it may be a time for reviewing what we've got here. There's a lot of mental energy going on here, and the Four of Swords in traditional tarot is the picture of the person lying flat on their back with three swords over them and one sword along the tomb, really. But it's about finding that solace, that peace. It's in a church. It's all to do with meditation. And so we've got a very, how can I say, it's like there's a channel from the divine coming through the mind, if we could create the space for it. Okay, so again, I wouldn't go into putting things off or changing the flow of things in any way unless you feel naturally inspired to. But yeah, it may well be good to look at or feel into Wednesday and feel like, is there energy in my head? Is there inspiration, intuition? Is there clairaudience, clear hearing? Am I being told? Do I feel like I'm hearing things from my guides? Is it a day for journaling? We had creativity for Tuesday. Is it a day for journaling and getting my thoughts out there and reviewing and reflecting? Moving on to Thursday, we've got a little bit of a defensive energy going on here. We've got the Nine of Wands. You can see her feeling very defensive here. And we've got fighting, which is the Knight of Swords here. So even the enlightened Osho is a little bit. So Thursday, what is going on there? It's almost as if we haven't worked through our mental faculty enough, we might be feeling, and also the other things that are coming up around inner child, if we haven't worked through that enough, if we haven't given it the space that it needs and the time that it needs to work through it, then I think it could be quite easy to feel ultra sensitive, to feel a little bit like, oh, I've got my guard up, I need to defend myself, taking things personally might be an issue. So those of you that know me know that I follow or practice or try to practice the 5 agreements of Don Miguel Ruiz. And if you guys don't know it, then I highly suggest that you bring this practice in, particularly for Thursday, and particularly the one about not taking things personally. So easy to do, particularly as an intuitive person. Okay, now when we're in Friday, things seem to maybe lighten up a little bit. We've got the Page of Pentacles here. Okay, and the Page of Pentacles is landing. It's like, okay, I've got it. I've got my actions together. I've got my thoughts together. I've got my feelings together. They've all been a little bit over the place, it seems like. And now I'm understanding. I'm kind of understanding where I've been holding myself back and where I need to go. And so there is an energy kind of coming together energy on Friday. Saturday, you have the 6 of Pentacles here with Existence, which is the Magician. So this is like, boom, yes, I'm feeling really aligned again. Say again, because a lot of people were feeling pretty aligned this weekend with the new moon. I wonder if you were one of them. I know astrologers were talking a lot about the tense aspects of the new moon in Libra this weekend, but everyone I was connected to was just like, oh my God, this just feels amazing. So that's why I said again. Sunday, we've got like, okay, day of rest. 10 of Swords, draw a line, switch off, slow the heck down, which is the Knight of Pentacles. A good time for rest, review, and looking ahead. Okay, so there you go. There's our intuitive bridge of reading that's kind of slightly predictive, but is meant to actually keep you in here rather than out there. All right, so what we're going to do now is the tarot feelie. I know someone has asked if they can have a reading, and this is why I haven't done this for a long time, because people start thinking I do readings. I don't. What I do is I help intuitives get back in tune with who they are. So I won't read for you really anymore. That was my past life. I do group programs. I have an emphasis on community and the collectiveness consciousness of things. But I will help you to get back into your own intuition. Yes, that's what I do. So we're going to do a bit of that now. All right, so let's do it. Okay, hey Beth, good to see you here. And Manu, good to see you too. All right, so if you've got tarot, you can join in. You just shuffle your cards. And if you don't have tarot, that's fine as well. You can just tune into this card. So if you don't know how to do tarot feelie, you just shuffle the card, take one, place it between your hands without knowing what it is, and you let go of needing to know what the card is. Again, that's our tuition. And we're going to go into our intuition, okay? So I'm going to talk you through it now in a little meditation to get us back in there and leave us on a connected to our intuitive self place. Okay, so you just close your eyes, and if you don't have a card, you can just imagine that the one I have between my hands is between your hands too. And let's just close our eyes, take a nice deep breath in and out. And take your attention to the card between your hands. And I just want you to relax your hands around it, creating a little bit of space maybe, and just breathe in. And as you do, imagine the energy of the card, all the molecules, all the cells entering you through your palm chakras in the center of your hands, up through your arms and into your heart. And as you breathe out, just resonating all these wonderful, gorgeous cells. Feel the energy of the card just permeating through you. And as you breathe in again, you're feeling yourself merge with the card more and more as you breathe in and out. You're becoming one with the card. And then you tune into how it makes you feel. Is there any changes in your body, your mind, or your feelings? And anything that you see around you, any colours, objects or visions. Even if it's a card, that's fine. You can just notice the card, but just notice it. Say, oh, hello. Okay. Doesn't need to be right that it's the card between your hands. Just notice that it popped up for you for a reason, I'm sure. And then you send your thoughts up and you ask the universe what the message in this card for you is today, and just allow it to come to you in your feelings or your visions or your thoughts. So off you go. What, dear universe, is the message in this card for me today? And then when you have that, you can come back round. And hey, Anne, nice to open my eyes and see you're here. And if you want to, you can put your card and the message you got in the chat box, but put both, otherwise I cannot help you. If you just tell me the message or you just tell me the card, it's not enough information for me to help you with. Okay, and I will feed back to you what I got, which is a message for us collectively. Okay, let's do this. Nice sip of my breathe deep yogi tea. And the message from that is the principal ingredient of life is love. How lovely is that? So this is the card I got, 10 of Swords. So that was the card that we had for Sunday when I said draw a line. And the 10 of Swords is normally a card that actually is a good one for TF, for Tarot Feely. That's what TF is, because if we looked at this and read it, we'd be activating our intuition and maybe go into fear. It's one of those cards that can really activate that place of fear. But actually, when you're doing Tarot Feely, you're not looking at it. You're closing your eyes, which helps you go into yourself. And when you do that, you bypass all of those judgments and you get to the highest source. So my message, what happened for me was I felt pulsating. It was like the Empress or Mother Earth going into birth. I felt like contractions. And 10 is an ending, so it's a rebirth as well. And I saw gorgeous like forest, moss, rivers, you know, real Empress, real gorgeous Empress energy. So of course I was wondering if it was the Empress. And then I got the message to slow down. I got the message to breathe deep, which is why I've obviously gone to breathe deep yogi tea. And just slow down. Just so slow down. It's quite a practice slowing down, isn't it? Particularly when the energies have been quite fast, as they have been this Monday morning. A few of you have seen. Okay, so I'm seeing that you are putting your messages in. Do put your card and your message in the same comment. Otherwise, I can't help. Even if it's in 2 comments, it gets disjointed with other people commenting. Okay. So yeah, the main message here was slow down, slow down. And Tarot Feely is, although a really fast meditation, it's something that can really powerfully get you to that place of slowing down really quickly. So I hope I've inspired you to practice it every single day for the rest of this week anyway. And I will be back with you next Monday at 1 p.m. UK time as well. We're going to do this for a little while and see how it goes. Okay, so I'm just going to look at your messages. Let's see. And I've got a message here from a Facebook user. I don't know who you are, sorry, but it said your name hasn't come up. It said you saw blue sky, angel wings, a message, let go, 3 of Swords. Yeah, that's it. So when you connect with Tarot Feely, it kind of gives you the antidote because you're tuning into the higher self. So like with the 10 of Swords, that one being like an icky card, just like the 3 of Swords, a so-called icky card. You know, what we're actually getting is the higher self message or the antidote to the card. So for me, it was like, slow down. You're just going to be like, from Sunday, nothing left. And that's also on our collective energy. It's like, just, especially when you look at the reading for the week with the inner child work and the thoughtfulness and the needing to reflect, and that if we haven't gone deep enough on that, we could get quite triggered come Thursday, it was saying. So slow down. That was the antidote message, and you have an antidote message here with the let go. The 3 of Swords is all about that, isn't it? So Blue sky, angel wings is also very sword because it is air. So it is all about communication, blue, and angel wings, etc. You probably know that anyway, but just in case you didn't. Okay, although I've got a wow face just come up now, so I don't know what that's about. Anybody like to let me know? So Lisa said, I had a literal embodiment of my tarot feelie yesterday. Do tell, Lisa. I'd love to know. Manny says she saw flames from red sexual energies. And I guess that was the card 20 healing energy. You can totally do this with oracles, but because they're not tarot, I can't really feed back. But hey, healing energy sounds very much like if you couple that with seeing flames and red and sexual energy, I guess you're looking at the Kundalini, which is sexual energy and healing energy. So maybe that's resonating for you. Janet says the Seven of Pentacles. I felt fire and wind passing through me and saw a lady resting on a throne. And the message was about finding a good balance between action and rest. Keep the action going, but deeply rest. Very similar message to what is coming out for all of us on this collective message for this week. So thank you for sharing, Janet. That's brilliant. Beth says, felt was sun and positive shift falls. I felt a major arcana card. The card was actually the Chariot, predominant color mustard yellow. Message in seeing color green was to nurture self and be in nature. So we're all getting real, like, if you think of the Chariot, it's a very active, fast card. And it seems like we've got some real, it feels like that. I don't know about you, but I just feel like the Libra new moon unblocked something, don't you? And you know, like when we unblock something, it just goes a bit, and it's like, woohoo, I'm not blocked anymore. This is amazing. But it's also like, oh my God, there's so much everywhere to kind of bring back together that we can easily get overwhelmed and not look after ourselves or anything along those lines. So there seems to be something here about not letting that happen and about finding our pace, because the Chariot is a very fast card. And so again, it sounds like you've got the antidote here. Wear green maybe and nurture yourself and be in nature, Beth. Okay. I had a sense of a gateway, says Leslie, or walking along like 8 of Cups, some sort of minor arcana card. Then gentle. I am tired today. Card was Ace of Swords. Okay, I had a sense of a gateway. I guess that's Ace of Swords. It's the new beginning, isn't it? And a walking away like 8 of Cups. So yes, an ending and a beginning. And then be gentle. I am tired today. Card was Ace of Swords. Again, yes. Ace of Swords are also, you know, the beginning, their vulnerability. It's a bit like that inner child stuff we were talking about, and the need to nurture ourselves. The more we can do that at the beginning of this week, I think the better the ending is going to be. So yeah, I'm glad to see that you got that. Awesome. See how we're all getting what we need this way, how it's more, rather than just reading tarot and getting into this place of feeling like you need to control, you're actually tuning in to your higher self message, and you're bypassing the judgments and the fears and the intuitive part of it. You're welcome, Caroline. You're new to this. Have we never connected before? And when you say new to this, you mean the tarot feeling? It is something that I don't think any other person does unless they've been part of my community. I'm sure it'll spread out there in time, but it's not something I learned from a book or anything along those lines. It comes from years and years and years of working with tarot and finding how to connect with it in a way that doesn't exasperate the problems, but actually does get us back to who we are, which is what the tarot wants. That's why the Temple of Delphi says, know thyself above it, not cross my palm with silver, and I'll tell you about that tall, dark, handsome stranger. But we've just lost the way. It's become very commercialized and conditioned, and we're conditioned in society to see it as a fortune teller's tool, and it even affects a lot of tarot readers. who also see it that way. And you can, as I said, you can use it that way. I don't think it's the best way to use it personally. So I always look at ways to bring it back to the self. Okay, so Lisa says message was to slow down. Are we getting the message, peeps? See the light. It was the Tower again. Gosh, Chariot and Tower are birth card pairs, as you know, Lisa, and the Five of Wands as well. They're all pretty fast, active, chaotic energies, coupled with the vulnerable energies we were having of, excuse me, the inner child and the need for space to reflect on things and process things. Yeah, we really do need to find time to slow down. Okay. Janet says, thank you for allowing a focus here to do this. You are welcome. I feel like Mars in Aries and the fire retrograde, as well as reiterating the balance, Libra, new moon, air, just realised there's the two energies felt between action and going inwards. Yeah, as always, as you know, as an astrologer yourself, Janet, there's always the two polarities going on, isn't there? Like Pringles? What's like Pringles? Kundalini? Kundalini Pringles. Once you once you pop, you can't stop. Okay, moving on. Beth is saying thank you, makes sense and supports what you feel. That's great because it's come from you, you see. Wonderful. Oh, Jan, bless you. Late joining, but really resonates. I'm glad to hear that, Jan. Feel free to look back at the replay, okay? And I'll be here with you guys next Monday at 1 p.m. Okay, take care. Bye for now.